Nagko-content ka ba para sumikat ang negosyo mo pero walang views? Makinig ka. Ito ang dahilan. In this video, you're going to discover the exact viral formula and how to build a content strategy that actually converts strangers into loyal customers who know, like, and trust you. I'm Fibo Lim and I run a marketing firm that has generated over 13 billion in client sales over the last decade. And what I'm going to share with you is a never-before-seen recorded training in our company kung saan I trained my internal marketing team how to generate millions of views and dominate social media without high-end production, without tech experience, and without spending hours a day manually posting content. Enjoy. So first is, bakit ba kailangan mag-create ng content? Ako, to be open and transparent, I've made millions online without having to be really a content creator. You know, even if I didn't put out a single content, I would still achieve yung ma-achieve ko. Okay? But the challenge is to get to a certain level, you need now content. And that's what I'm going to be discussing in a moment. Okay? Second is how the algorithm works, how videos get views, how videos go viral. Third is the formula in going viral. Fourth is, what does it mean to have a strong brand? Because akala nila, pag maraming views, malakas na yung brand mo. Pero here's my question, how many of you experience, there are content creators who has a lot of following, pero when they ask somebody to buy their merch, to buy their products, nobody buys. I know a lot of content creators who are broke. Okay? And he has millions and millions of followers. And it's possible because they don't have a strong brand. They may have reach, but reach is not the only indicator of having a strong brand. Okay? Next is, ano ba yung mas better, no? Is it putting out quality or volume, quantity? Okay? That's something that we're going to be covering also in this training. Okay? And also, what's the process look like? Okay, step 1, step 2, step 3. How does it look like? And the content checklist, no? Kumbaga, when you go through this checklist, you are more likely na higher chances of the videos going viral. Okay, and of course, mga tips before we end this session. So, without further ado, let us begin. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be discussing is, bakit ba kailangan mag-create ng content, no? Because if you know me, I am a big believer of paid ads. So, kumbaga, if you're gonna ask me to choose, no? Will I do organic content or paid ads? If you ask me to choose only one, my answer always is paid ads. Okay? And here's why. Paid ads is consistent and predictable. Because how many of you would agree when you create content, you don't know how many views you're gonna get? Unlike in paid ads, if I make money, I can just spend more so I can make more money. However, what if I tell you that content actually helps your paid ads? So it helps make your ads cheaper. Okay? And this is the reason why I'm creating content, because I want to be able to spend more in ads. And when you spend more in ads kasi, your cost of advertising increases the more you spend. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kung maliit lang yung spending mo sa ads, you can spend probably 1,000 to get a customer. But if you 10 times your spending, probably it would 5 times your cost to acquire a customer. So, that's why you want to add more elements so that the cost of getting a customer becomes cheaper. So in short, creating content is really just giving value. I call this the Kility principle. Okay? So kumbaga, how many of you would agree na it's easier to sell to a customer na niligawan mo na ng ilang buwan rather than sell to somebody who's a total stranger? So what does that mean? The goal of content is ikiliti mo yung customer mo. Okay? So, liligawan mo yung customer, and kiliti means what? Know, like, and trust. So, the goal of content is to generate more people to know you like you, and trust you even more. Okay? So, now, in paid ads, I always teach na sometimes you don't run ads to sell. Sometimes you run ads to give something away for free. But even if you give something away for free, it's also kind of like a sell. You're selling someone to get this free thing. But this person, kumbaga, just imagine, no, na you approach, somebody approaches you in the middle of the streets, no, and gave you this food, okay, this siopaw, okay? So here's my question. Libre yung siopaw, okay? Most likely, i-accept mo ba yung siopaw? Okay, this is a stranger. So probably, some of you may say yes, some of you may say no. Tama? But the question is, would you eat the siopaw? Okay? You don't know this person. Okay? Probably, hindi mo siya kakainin. Yes or no? Even if libre. So just like me running paid ads, just like you running paid ads, if walang value that has been established before, no, it's harder for people, even if you give away something for free, it's harder for people to even accept and consume your stuff. Okay? That's why creating content means, if there's a stranger, instead of me giving siopaw first, no, nangyari is, nasa line kami, kinausap ko muna siya. Uy, bye. Anong oras na? 2 p.m. All right, thank you. No? Ano hinihintay mo? And now you're creating this relationship first. After 5 minutes, you say, oh, brother, no, I have this siopaw. I'm not gonna eat it anymore kasi busog na ako, sayang kasi. I want to give it to you. If not, itatapon ko na lang. Would you want it? Now, what's the chances of you accepting it? Okay, higher, right? What's the chances of you eating it? Higher, because there has been value that has been established before that siopaw was given to you, right? So that's the purpose of content. Now, here's a challenge with doing content. And that challenge is, you cannot track the returns, okay? Kumbaga, when creating content, you spend in labor, you spend in time, you spend effort, It's kind of like, nililigawan mo yung isang babae, pero hindi mo alam kung sasagutin ka ba, no? Parang ganun. But we're still gonna do it because at the end of the day, there are people who will buy from us. There are gonna people who will know, like, and trust us. But again, it's a numbers game. Some people will buy, some people don't. But overall, it's a law of reciprocity. The more we give, the more we receive. So that's the first thing that we covered. No? Why create content? And the reason why I discuss this, it's because I'm a paid ads person and it seems parang contradicting, no? Bakit magko-content pa ako? I can just run paid ads. Which is, I'm already running paid ads. But content helps the paid ads work even better. Okay? Next. Okay, now I have to create content. Okay? My next question right now is, how does the algorithm work? Okay? How many of you have the same question? Paano nag-work yung algorithm? No? Kasi it's creating content. Okay, what's next? You want to make that content go viral. You want that content to have views, yes or no? Okay. But for that to happen, you need to know how Facebook, YouTube, TikTok algorithm works. Okay. So that is what we're going to be covering next. Okay. Now, for me to discuss this even more, I'd like to play a video.
How to grow on YouTube in one sentence. Get people to click your video, then watch your video, then come back for more of your videos. Now, I realize you may be tempted to roll your eyes and close this video, because what I just said is so stupidly obvious. But asking how to get more views is the YouTube equivalent of asking how do I lose weight? The answer is eat less calories and exercise more. We all know the answer, the hard part is the execution. So even though this really is the formula to grow on YouTube, the real question to ask is not how do I get more views, it's how do I make better videos people actually want to click and watch. And this is where we'll use something called the content scorecard. But before we get to that, let's quickly explain everything you need to know about the algorithm. YouTube's algorithms are simply designed to show each viewer the content they think they'll like most. Sure, it's not always perfect, but it's pretty accurate. But this means one of the biggest hacks is whenever you hear the word algorithm, just instead think of the word audience. So if you're asking, why doesn't the algorithm like my videos? Instead ask, why doesn't the audience like my videos? Instead of, what time should I upload that's best for the algorithm? Ask, what time should I upload that's best for the audience? Instead of, how often does the algorithm want me to post? Ask, how often does the audience want me to post? And instead of, how do I get the algorithm to recommend my videos more? Ask, how do I get the audience to recommend my videos more? Make content they'd want to share with other people and talk about. Because if your videos aren't getting as many views as you want, it's not that the algorithm has randomly decided to not recommend them, it's that the audience isn't clicking or watching them as much. And if you're doubting this and are convinced the algorithm is overly biased to certain creators, you just have to think about it from YouTube's perspective. They're a business, and they primarily want people to stay on their platform as long as possible, as then they see more ads and YouTube makes more money. So if you're helping keep people on YouTube longer, they'll want to promote your videos more. And this is why it's counterintuitive when people worry about the algorithm changing. The algorithm just follows the audience. So you should instead think about it as audience preferences changing. Because one thing is certain, YouTube will keep trying to make the algorithm serve people content they will enjoy more. And as technology improves further, YouTube is only going to get better at this. So worry about the audience, because winning the game of YouTube is not about beating an algorithm, it's about understanding human psychology. And this concept of algorithm equals audience also explains why it's important you have a niche on YouTube. And by the way, I'm British, we say niche, not niche, but same thing. Basically, having a specific genre for your channel. That doesn't mean you can't experiment with different topics, but it means you should always be trying to serve the same audience. If people subscribe to you for your comedy sketches, and then you start posting serious debates, it's a completely different value proposition to what they signed up for. It'd be like if someone subscribes to ESPN, and then they suddenly change all their programs to gardening shows. Because when you post a new video, essentially what happens is YouTube first recommends it to your most loyal audience who regularly watch your content, as these are the people most likely to enjoy it. But if you post a video that's not at all in line with what your audience subscribed for, it won't get many clicks, audience retention will be low, and so YouTube is less likely to recommend it as much. However, on the flip side, if those initial viewers do respond well, YouTube recommends the video to a slightly wider audience, like people who just occasionally watch your content. And if they respond well too, it recommends your video to an even broader audience again, who perhaps have never seen your videos. And this is how a video goes viral. If at each stage people respond well, the video gets shown to a wider and wider audience, which is why click-through rate and audience retention actually go down as the video's views increase, as it's being shown to new audiences who aren't yet familiar with you. Okay, so that's a quick overview of why a video gets more views, but now let's talk about how you can actually do that.
All right, so before we proceed, what is your takeaway from that video? Okay, anyone would like to share? Paki raise your hand if you'd like to share. What is your learning takeaway, aha moment from the video? Okay, so let's process that for a moment before we continue. Okay, so we have John. Okay, John, go ahead. Oops, sorry. Unmute your mic.
So for me, the most takeaway dun sa video is the algo is equal to audience. So just simply that.
Got it. Thank you, no? So, ibig sabihin pala na it's not because nagbago yung algorithm, but because nagbago yung human behavior. Okay? Because the algorithm just adjusts to what the human behavior wants, no? Thank you, John. Let's have one more. Anyone would like to share? Raise your hand if you'd like to share. What is your takeaway from that? Okay, go ahead, JM.
Yeah, my takeaway is yung in connection to Kility principle, wherein we can get wider audience by first prioritizing the loyal audience first. Kasi sila na yung merong Kility, they know us, they like us, they trust us. And then if the algorithm will see that, then YouTube will eventually show the video to a wider audience and then wider audience habang lumalaki siya.
Okay, thank you, no? So to clarify on that, JM, so what happens is the contents will be shown muna to the existing audience, and if the existing audience parang magandang engagement, magandang watch time, it's gonna be spread for, kumbaga, how the algorithm works is it starts first with the first 1,000. Okay? And now, maganda yung retention, maganda yung watch time ng first 1,000 people. It will now be given to 10,000. Pag maganda yung watch time, it will now be given to 100,000. Pag maganda yung watch time, it's now going to be given to 1 million, 10 million, and so on. Does that make sense? So, ibig sabihin, it should work first in the first 1,000 before it's going to be shown to the 10,000, 100,000. Okay? And typically, the first 1,000 is the existing audience. Ngayon, the good thing about this, because YouTube, yung example kasi kanina sa about YouTube, pero applicable siya whether it may be TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. Ask me why. Bakit applicable siya kahit TikTok yan, Instagram yan, Facebook yan? Okay? Ano ba yung goal ng platform? Okay? All platforms share the same goal. What is it? It's for you to retain and make people stay for as long. Yes or no? Ba? YouTube wants you to stay to the platform for as long as possible. Facebook wants you to stay in the platform for as long as possible. Yes or no? So in short, that's all the direction of the platforms. Okay? Iba-iba lang yung pangalan, iba-iba lang yung logo, iba-iba lang yung user interface, iba-iba lang yung features, pero that's the goal of the platforms. That is the reason why, okay, na TikTok, when TikTok started, they saw the growth of TikTok. Facebook copied TikTok, okay, and created Facebook Reels. Instagram copied TikTok, and it's now called IG Reels. YouTube copied TikTok, and it's called YouTube Shorts. Snapchat copied TikTok, and I forgot what it's called. And even Pornhub copied TikTok and had like Reels on Pornhub, right? So what does that mean? Because all these platforms, iba-iba man yung audiences nila, but the goal is what? To make people stay to the platform for as long as possible. If you agree, can you type yes in the chat? Okay. So what that means is, if the goal pala of the platform is to make the audience stay for as long as possible, then your goal as a content creator is to make the audience stay to the platform for as long as possible. If you can match your objective to the objective of the platform will give you more audiences. Clear ba yun? So, ibig sabihin, just would like to clarify that there are a lot of parang content creators teaching, no? For you to go viral, you need to have the right hashtags, and you need all these keywords and all of these things. Okay? Pero if you look at it, no, if totoo yan, no, na you need these hashtags and keywords, for you to, for your video to go viral, then I have a question for you. Okay, how come na this person, the title of the video is, biglaan, and has 2.2 million views. Okay? If that were true, how come ang title nito is Wakas, and then it has 3.5 million views? Diba? Now, I have a question for you, no? If you are a new audience, diba, would you even click that video if you don't know Kong? Most probably not, no? Wakas, if you don't know Kong. But the point here is, the reason why the algorithm is pushing this video to more and more people, it is because this video is making people stay in the platform. Okay? So, let's remove the idea of we need hashtags, we need, right titles. Well, I believe especially if you don't, kumbaga, you're someone na hindi pa kilala, you need, the right titles and so on. But the point here is, we only have one goal. And that goal is to make people stay in the platform. Okay? The reason why I'm sharing this, because we want to follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of the results only comes from 20% of the effort. And that 20% of the effort is making people stay on the platform. Okay? Next is, we've talked about how the algorithm works. The next thing that we're going to discuss is the viral formula. No? What's the formula of contents going viral? No? Now, this formula, to set expectations, is This is just based on observation of every single video that goes viral. Okay? Whether it may be entertainment or whether it may be education, it follows the same process. Ngayon, the formula of every single viral video is just this: hook, retain, reward. Okay? So what does that mean? Hook is getting somebody's attention. Retain is making them stay for as long as possible. And reward, incentivizing them for watching that video. Before I will explain this, I'd like to ask, no? Kasi gusto ko bumalik tayo sa algorithm. How does the platform determine which video na ipupush niya? Okay? Kasi some people will say, oh, if a video has a lot of engagement, then, you know, the platform will push that video. Pero I have a question for you, no? I recently watched Donna Bartolome's video, who has 50 shares, 50, but has 8 million views. Just imagine, 50 shares is actually very low for an 8 million views. Okay? And there are people who get 12,000 shares but only gets 300,000 views. I-gets nyo? So kung engagement pala, how come? So dapat pala kung engagement sana, more shares means more views. Pero bakit yung iba, kahit konti yung shares, mataas yung view count? Gets nyo? Sasabihin nyo, the algorithm or the platform will push it to more people when it has more views. Yes, I know, pero the platform, yung views kasi is called a lag measure already. Ibig sabihin yan, nagiging views yan kasi maganda yung video. Kaya lang, paano nalalaman yung isang platform na maganda yung video? Paano nga? Paano nalalaman yung isang platform? Watch time. Okay? Ibig sabihin ng watch time, how long are you likely for that person to stay? Retention, pwede, pero not as much. What do I mean? No? Kasi pag sinabi mong retention, if I have a 1-second video and they watch the entire video for 1 second, that's a 100% retention rate. Yes or no? Pero how come yung video ni Alice Guo na 4 hours, no, nagva-viral? And I'm sure hindi nyo naman pinapanood yun ng 4 hours eh. So probably the retention rate of that is just 10%, sabihin lang natin, no? So what is 10% of a 4-hour video? 24 minutes, 10% of a 4-hour video. Tama? So if you look at it, 10% lang yung hanggang 10% lang nila pinapanood on average. So how many of you would agree na parang medyo low yun ah? Yes or no? Kasi 10% niya lang pinapanood. 'Di ba? Hindi nila tinatapos. Kaya lang, hindi tinitingnan ng platform kung ilang percent. Yung tinitingnan yung platform, gaano ka katagal nagstay sa platform. Ibig sabihin, in this case, 10% of a 4-hour video is 24 minutes. So you stayed in the platform for 24 minutes, okay? Versus if I published a 1-second video and then you watched everything, okay? 22 minutes pala, okay? If I publish a 1-second video and then you watch the entire video, you just stayed for 1 second. If you're the platform, I have a question for you, no? Video A, you stayed for 24 minutes, but 10% retention. Video B, 100% retention, but you stayed for 1 second. What would you show more to people? Okay? Video A, because you're staying more in the platform. Bakit gusto ng platform na magstay ka sa platform for as long as possible? Because the more you stay in the platform, the more the platform can show ads to you. Clear ba? So, ibig sabihin, if they can show 10 ads in an hour, if you stay for 4 hours, I can show you for 40 ads. That means the more you stay, the more money they make because the more advertisers can run ads to target you. Clear? So in short, the goal is not to have, it's not about how short the video, how long the video. It's about how can you find a sweet spot length for them to retain. Kasi, yes, pwede naman 4-hour yung video mo, pero pag yung 4-hour video mo walang kwenta, no? Hindi yan magsistay ng kahit 1 minute. Nagigets nyo? Pero pag yung 4-hour video na puro intense, ayun, perfect yun. Pero yun yung challenge niya. How do you make it so, kahit 4 hours yan, retain them for as long as possible? Clear ba? Paki-type clear in the chat if that's clear. Okay. How many of you are learning? Can you type the word learning in the chat? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now, going back to this, no? So, ngayon, since we know that we want the audience to stay in the platform for as long as possible, let's go to the tactics. How do we do that? We do that to 3 steps. We grab attention, we retain them, and then we reward them. Okay? So, bakit hook muna? Because even if gano'ng kaganda yung video, but if you do not catch them in the first 3 seconds, then they're just gonna skip the video, right? So, what I usually do, no? How many of you are just like me? Now, there are funny cat dog videos or, you know, just any random things, you know, that grabs your attention. Tapos pinapanood mo yung isang bagay. And actually, nung pinanood mo na siya, parang hindi mo alam bakit mo siya pinapanood, pero nahook ka talaga. How many of you just like me can relate to that? Type number 1 in the chat. No? So ako, what I do, because there are really things in Facebook or in social media na walang kwenta yung content, pero pinapanood mo pa rin. Yes or no? Just like me, because the hook was so strong. And minsan what I do is, and ito pa yung malupit, no? Hindi mo alam bakit mo siya pinapanood. No? Parang, hindi naman siya nakaka-add ng value ng buhay mo, pero pinanood mo rin siya. What that means is, the hook was strong enough to grab your attention. Diba? So what I do is, pag pinanood ko na yan, tapos hindi ko alam bakit ko siya pinanood, babalikan ko yan, tapos titinan ko what made me stop unintentionally. No? And usually, what makes someone stop is something that is out of normal, okay? Or not ordinary. So what does that mean? Just imagine, no? If you drive in a farm and suddenly you see a purple cow, okay? Where will your attention be? If you drive in the farm and then suddenly you see a purple cow, where will your attention be? Whether you like it or not, you will look at the purple cow, yes or no? Diba? Whether you like it or not, you're gonna look at the purple cow. Why? Marami namang white cow eh. Because a cow that is purple is not normal. It's unique. Thank you, Suwan. Tama? It's unusual. So, dati, no, when Tai Lopez started, and he was one of the creators who was this Lambo, no? So, what happens is, it catches attention. Now, before, Lambo catched attention, and then suddenly, every guru started to show their Lambos, and now, hindi na siya unusual. Kasi, ano na siya, parang normal na siya. Nagigets nyo? So that means something might have worked 5 years ago, and it might not work right now already because again, customer behavior yan. Pag nasana yung tao ng isang bagay, no, mawawala yung effectivity niya, and then mag-iisip ka naman ng bagong hook that grabs attention. Clear ba so far? Can you type clear in the chat? So that means a hook now might not work. The hook today might not work for next year. Might na. Possible mag-work, possible hindi. Kasi pag maraming susunod, edi hindi na siya hook. Normal na siya, no? Next is retain, no? This is where, I'm gonna discuss na lang, no? So in the training that I gave to the content team, so if you're not yet in the content team, hintayin mo na yung turn mo na maging part ka sa content team para mas you can dive in deeper with regards to this, no? But in the hooks kasi, now, by the way, to set expectations, what we're gonna be discussing will be focused on short form content, okay? Because in terms of customer behavior, that is where the audience are going, no? Short form content. So let's discuss short form content specifically for our training today. Clear? So, for short form content, same follows. Long form, same viral formula follows, okay? Now, if you notice in a hook, there are actually 2 types of hook. How many? 2, no? First is called the visual hook. Second is called the auditory hook. Okay? So visual is eyes, auditory is ears. Okay? So ideally, if you can do both, mas better. But either one would grab somebody's attention. Okay? So ngayon, since this is not a technical, I want to focus on the strategy. The examples are in the training that I gave to the content team, no? But yun, for now, those are the two types of hooks. So treat this as a checklist. Every time you create something, content, no, isipin mo, okay, does it have a visual hook and does it have an auditory hook? Okay, in terms of sound, in terms of mata, does it grab attention? Now, the retaining part, this is where the cutting and subtitling happens. Believe it or not, but 85% of the people who watch videos on Facebook don't turn on their audio. Okay? So kaya, the subtitle is important kasi how many of you watch, you scroll on Facebook and then you're in the mall, you're in the coffee shop, you're in a salon, no? How many of you are like that? Just like me. Type number 5 in the chat. And now because you're in outdoor or probably you're already sleeping and your wife is sleeping or your kid is sleeping, you cannot turn on the volume as much. So you rely on what? The visual, no? The subtitle. Okay? And next is the cutting. Ibig sabihin, just cutting out the ums, the us, the not so important aspects. This is how you retain. Clear ba yun? So to grab someone's attention, visual hook, auditory hook. To retain somebody, the cutting and the subtitling. And if you notice in creating a subtitle, hindi siya parang sobrang habang subtitle. Ideally, maximum 2 lines. Okay? And lastly is reward. This is the value or emotion that you feel after. Now, here's my question, no? Let's say you watched the video, it grabbed your attention, and nangyari is, pinanood mo siya until the end, pero wala ka nakuhang value. Okay? And syempre, you watched a video from me. So you remember my face. Okay. So in short, technically, I wasted your time, no? You watched my video until the end for 3 minutes and then you didn't get anything from me. Okay? Now, when my face appears again, are you gonna watch another video or hindi na? If you had a previous history na, okay, I watched your video, I didn't get anything, I just wasted 3 minutes of my time, diba? So the answer is no. Clear ba? So ngayon, the purpose of the reward is to incentivize them during the video. Okay, meron akong binigay sa'yo, it's either value or emotion. So therefore, when you see my face again, natitrain yung brain mo, oh, I got value from your video in the past. So therefore, if may lalabas ulit, i-click ko ulit yun because I'm expecting to get value again. Clear? Hindi lang to in terms of education, pwede din to in terms of entertainment. Diba? So let's say you click a funny cat dog video and you naglaugh ka. So ngayon, the algorithm would show you more funny cat dog video. And syempre, the brain was trained, okay, I laughed. So probably I'm gonna click this again so that I'm expecting to laugh again. Clear? So the purpose of the reward is to incentivize them today para sa next time na lalabas yung video, another content, they're more likely to click it again. Clear ba? So that's why hindi enough na walang reward. Hanggang retain lang sila. Nagtaka sila, bakit hindi na nila pinapanood yung content? Kasi, the last time na pinanood ko siya, sayang ng oras ko, so hindi ko siya papanoorin. Sino ba dito nakaka-relate ng ganun? May sabihin natin sa simula, may nakuha kang value, no? So, pero after a couple of months, parang wala ka ng value na kukuha. And every time yung yung mukha na yun or creator na yun lalabas sa content mo, dinided mo na lang siya kasi para ine-expect mo na wala kang value makukuha. Sino ba nakaka-relate ng ganun? Type number 1 in the chat. Yun, no? Thank you. Okay? So this is the formula, guys. Okay? Hook, retain, reward. Okay? Now, next. Okay? This is how you create a viral formula. The next naman is, how do you create a strong brand? Okay? Because I want to discuss this because not all views are equal. Okay? I may get only 10,000 views. Someone else may get 1,000,000 views. Ideally, yung tao, mas malakas tong taong to kasi 1,000,000 yung views na ikaw 10,000 lang. Tama? Pero what if I tell you na I've seen creators, no? Influencers who only has 10,000 followers but who are making millions a month. Okay? With 10,000 followers making millions a month, I've also seen creators with millions of followers and not making money. Why do you think? Diba? So it's because I wanna discuss 3 elements of having a strong brand. The first is what we call reach. Very common, are very, alam na natin, reach, no? Views. Okay? So, many views, few views. So, typically, when you have many views, you have a stronger brand compared to few views. Clear? Obviously. But that's not the only criteria of a strong brand. The next naman is what we call direction. Okay? Is your content moving your audience towards you or moving your audience away from you? Okay? For example, Alice Go. Okay? So, reach many. Okay? Pero in terms of direction, are you attracted to her? Like, are you moving towards her? Or are you moving against her, away from her? Okay? Clear ba? Taylor Swift, no? Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift reach many. Okay? And now, is the reach of Taylor Swift moving audiences towards her or moving the audience away from her? Okay? Kaya yung sinasabi ko, not all views are equal. Because you can have a lot of views, but the audience naman are moving away from you. Clear ba yun? So ideally, we want many views where we attract the audience. Okay? Audience are going towards us. And the third element is what we call influence. So influence means how likely are you influencing them to act? No? So ito yung sinasabi ko na may mga influencers na maraming millions of views, but now, when that influencer sells something, or when that influencer asks that people to do something, no? Wala, weak, no? Weak yung influence. Or pwede namang strong. An example of a strong influence is Elon Musk. Okay? When Elon Musk started to sell Bitcoin, Bitcoin started to drop. So, that's the power of influence. Okay? Influence is, may sinabi ka, everybody follows. That's a strong influence. Weak influence, may sinabi ka, nobody cares. Okay? So, a strong brand ideally is somebody who has many reach, who has a high reach, the direction is moving towards you. They love you even more. And when you ask them to do something, they're more likely to follow. Clear? The reason why diniscuss ko to, again, it's because not all views are equal. There are comedy views, okay? Content creators who get millions of views, talking about just any random things, which high reach, okay. And it's possible that the direction you're moving towards them, but when when they're gonna sell something or ask you to do something, now the influence is weak. Okay, clear ba? Give me an example of a high reach, okay, strong direction, but weak influence. Meron ba kayo maisip? Well, as much as possible, we're not gonna discriminate, right? But but this is just a practice. Okay. Again, this is like subjective, guys. Okay. But who do you think? No. Many reach. So a lot of people know this person, and you're attracted. Okay. But like when they ask you to do something, parang not much influence. Ano ba kayo maisip? No, up to you. I don't know. Okay. But another example, no. give me somebody who, eto na lang, no? I'm sure marami kayong mabigyan na example. High reach, people moving towards them, and then strong influence. Who do you think, no? Many reach, people moving towards you, strong influence. Okay? Okay, so typically, these are the people who has built mga mga audiences, no? A culture, a cult, no? So even BTS has built a cult. Even how do you call this? Taylor Swift has built a cult, no? But when you say cult, it can be, positive or negative, but I look at it as a positive thing, no? Cult means for me is like very, very loyal followers, no? Is willing to die for this person, no? So things like that. Clear ba yun? So I'm discussing this because yes, the content team would want to get views, pero if it is moving away from us just to get bashers, or if it is we're having weaker influence, then we're not moving to the same direction. Clear ba? Eto na lang, what's a content, guys, na high reach pero moving away? Okay? High reach and moving away. Audience moving away. What's a content that I could create? No. Prank videos. Now, polarizing ideas, pwede naman. Pero if you're intentionally just bashing people, no, just to get views, then yeah, that's a problem, no? Another is what's high reach, okay? Pero it has low influence in terms of content. Ayan, pwedeng prank videos. So what happens kasi with prank videos is, they just get entertained, but no like and trust isn't really built as much. Kasi if I talk about education, business operations, hiring, firing, things like that, you will get lesser views, obviously. Pero it makes the influence stronger. It makes the direction towards you even stronger. Clear ba? So you want to find the balance of all three. The next naman that we're gonna cover is what is better, quality or quantity? Okay. So here's my question, guys. Which is better, quality or quantity? Quality or quantity? So the answer is both. Okay. So ideally, the ideal case scenario is produce as many contents without sacrificing the quality. Okay. So just imagine this. If you produce one content that is so good, some people will just produce one. But if you produce two good contents, you have doubled your view count. Okay. If you produce three, you have tripled your view count. So the problem of the people is they start producing more, but in exchange, they're sacrificing the quality. So if papipiliin ako, quality first and then quantity. Okay? Quality first and then quantity. Clear ba? So in terms of quality, how do you define it? Hindi, yung quality ko po ibig sabihin hindi siya kung gaano kaganda yung video. Yung quality na sinasabi ko is the hook, retain, reward. Pag malakas yung hook, malakas yung retention, malakas yung reward, quality yan. It does not matter if well-edited or hindi well-edited. Clear ba? Because how many of you have watched videos na unedited but it has millions of views? Yes or no? Because it follows the framework with hook, retain, reward. Okay? The editing just makes it better in terms of the retention, in terms of the hook. Okay? Hook and retention. Clear? All right. So the next that we're going to be covering is the content process. Okay? So the content process is just 3 steps. So first is what we call record. Second is what we call edit. And third is what we call distribute. Okay? So record, edit, distribute. Red. Now, again, not all views are treated equally. The view of an entertainer is not the same view as an educator. Okay? Because ideally, more people want to be entertained than more people want to be educated. Clear? In short sa atin is, in terms of recording, there are two ways. We can either create or we can either document. Creating is talagang we script it out, we think of an idea, we script it out, and then we create something. Document is, doing something and you just have a camera that's live, documenting what you're doing. Okay? So, ngayon, there are two types of content creators. Okay? The first type of content creator is what you call a Mr. Beast content creator, which is like content first, business second. Okay? But a second type of content creator is parang Alex Hermosi, which is business first, content second. Okay? So typically, when you are a business owner or you're building what you call a personal brand, just like me, content creation might not be the top priority. Okay? So what you do is you just want to do stuff. Like, for example, Gary Vaynerchuk, no? He just does things and then documents everything, just records everything. And from there, i-repurpose niya. Okay? So the step one, which is this is from me, is these are the items na pwede kong ma-record. No? Long-form contents, which is YouTube videos and so on, or Facebook Lives, podcasts, interviews, trainings, or documented videos. Okay? So in short, probably karamihan would now be documented. Even this training, I have 2 cameras here. I'm documenting this. Okay? Para ma-repurpose siya into short form content. We either create or we document. Next is, now we have the raw, the recording is there, no? Which comes from me. The next is the edit. And this is where the hook reward, retain reward happens. From the recording, we want to create a hook retain reward through the editing. And then we now distribute it to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, the big 4 here in the Philippines. The good thing here kasi is you just create one reel, you can now distribute it to all 4 platforms. Dati, like Facebook reel is like 90 seconds lang, YouTube is like 60 seconds. But if you notice, YouTube converted their 60-second short into a 3-minute short. At TikTok before was, I think 3 minutes, ngayon 10 minutes na. Right? So if you notice, it started with short form, but what's the goal of a platform? It's to retain for as long as possible. So based on data, maraming nanonood ng shorts, why don't we start increasing the timeline, no? Instead of tagbo 1 second na pinapanood nila, tagti 3 minutes na, no? So the good thing here is you can just create one short, one reel, and then just repost it on all platforms. Okay. So that's gonna be the process. Just record, which comes from me. The content team dun papasok yung content team sa E and the D, the edit and the distribute. No. Now here is what makes this process amazing. Okay. This process is not something that I invented. This process is something that I modeled. And I modeled this from the strategy that they're doing nila Grant Cardone, Tai Lopez, Iman Gadsi, and so on. Okay? And there is a company called Media Scaling that does this for them. And parang only a few or wala pang nakagawa dito sa Pilipinas. Okay? So what this means is, all I have to do is just document as many contents as possible, pass it on to the content team, which is the content team. Okay, to be clear, here is what Media Scaling is doing. Okay, so share ko muna how Media Scaling does it. So Grant Cardone has a lot of videos, trainings, and anything documented. So there's like thousands of videos there. Ngayon, what they did is they created 50 accounts. How many? 50. Okay? Ibig sabihin, there's this Grant Cardone main page. Well, let me show you. Okay? there's this Grant Cardone main page, but there are sub-accounts. They created sub-accounts. This is the main page, right? But they created sub-accounts. Let's see. Okay, there's Grant Cardone Motivation. Can you see this? Grant Cardone Insight. Okay. Grant Cardone Clips. Grant Cardone Zone. And many more. Okay. Pero ito pa yung lumabas sa akin ngayon, no? So, ibig sabihin, the problem kasi with, so kung babalik tayo dito, let's say I've been recording really good content. Okay. Again, it's quality and quantity. Quality first and then quality. Pero kasi pag maganda na yung quality mo, yung next talaga is quantity. Kaya lang, if you only have one page, you can only post so much in that page. Like, sabihin natin, four posts a day. Pwede naman yung 4 posts a day, but if you're playing big, just like me, I have to do things differently. Okay? So what this means is, if you can post 4 times a day in a page, why don't you create 50 pages and post, 4 times in each 50 accounts? And this is what Grant Cardone did. Okay? So what happened, kung babalik tayo dito, is there are 50 accounts posting, repurposing this short form, this long form contents. Now, to be clear, hindi po siya isang video lang, tapos you post the same exact video to all. Why do you think? Bakit hindi pwedeng isang video and then you post the same exact video to all? Because matatrack ng algorithm na it's spammy, no? Kumaga, you're just reposting. Kaya, if you notice, how many of you have seen contents, no, na yung mga tao nagre-react ng isang content, tapos wala naman siyang ambag sa content, parang nag-screen record lang siya, tapos ganun, parang nakikinig lang siya, tapos nagvo-viral, no? Sino ba dito nakakita ng mga ganung content, no? Na pinapanood lang yung isang video, tapos ganun lang din ganun, tapos nag-viral. Or there are some people who just, grabs a video, edit a first second, and then reposted it, and it becomes viral again, no? Ang nangyayari kasi is, whether you like it or not, para siyang parang may lottery game pa rin in terms of social media contents. What that means is, no matter how good your content is, there's a high chance it's gonna go viral, but there's no guarantees. Because it's possible that hindi siya nag-viral ng isang account, pero sa second, third account, dun siya nag-viral. Because, again, it goes through a lottery system na, the algorithm is probably, I would say, still catching up in terms of sobrang daming contents. Parang, I don't know, the algorithm works like that. So in short, it's kind of like a lottery system, but in that lottery system, you have as many chances of you betting. Okay? So in short, instead of choosing the right bets only, we place more bets. Clear ba? So it's kind of like, I would relate it to kind of like basketball. Na, if you notice, who do you think is the greatest 3-point shooter in history? Okay. In your opinion, who's the greatest 3-point shooter? Okay. You would say Stephen Curry. Tama? Now, what if I tell you that the shooting accuracy of Stephen Curry is only 43%? Okay? What that means is, pag sinabi ko 43%, 57% of the time, his shots doesn't go in. That's the best 3-point shooter already in the world. Okay? So just imagine that, no? So even if, no matter gaano kagaling yung si Stephen Curry, there's a 57% chance that his shot doesn't go in. Kumbaga, kung naglalaro ka sa casino, talo ka na, no? Kasi the more you play, the house always wins, no? Kasi 43% chances of him masushoot lang eh. So therefore, kung alam mo naman na 43% chances lang yung kung na masushoot mo, what would you do if you're Stephen Curry? Okay, and you're the best three-point player. Okay? You do more. You shoot more. No? Kasi, ano parang that's the only way to get more shots eh. So, yun yung sinasabi ko na quality, which is the shooting accuracy, which is the hook retain reward, no? But now that we have magaling na tayo na shooter, we just shoot more to have more shots. Kasi the NBA doesn't count how many shots that missed. They just count how many shots that went in. Diba? Kumbaga here, people don't care how many videos that didn't go viral. All they cared is how many videos that went viral. Clear? So what this means is, I record a content, I pass it to the content team, and eventually my goal is to have 50 accounts. So ngayon, we just started with, I think, just 2 accounts. So we're like 3 accounts. So we're like baby. So just imagine, Grant, I don't have my phone here, but if we could do the math team, no? 50 accounts, 4 posts a day, 4 platforms. Okay, can you do that? 50 times 50 accounts multiplied by 4 posts a day times 4 platforms. How many? Ilan yan? Okay, that's 800. That's 800 posts a day. Okay, a day, guys. That's not like in a month or in a year. It's a day. It times mo by 30. It times mo by 30. Okay, so in a month, how much is that? Okay, 24,000 posts. Okay, 24,000 posts. Assuming that not a single video goes viral. Each video only has 1,000 views. Worst case scenario lahat. How much views is that? Okay, so that's 24 million views without a video going viral. 24 million views a month without a video going viral. How much more if a video goes viral? Okay, so this is what I mean by volume, and this is not something that I invented, and the reason I'm sharing that because this is something that I'm confident because may nakagawa na kasi. International nga lang, kaya gusto ko siya i-apply dito sa Pilipinas. So here's my question. How many of you are with me in applying and test this in the Philippine setting? Can you type number 1 in the chat? Yan. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. So we're gonna be doing it together. It's gonna be my first time doing this at a massive scale, and I can't do this without you. So I'm excited to go through the journey with you guys. Okay. So, ngayon, what if I tell you that step 1, step 2, step 3 doesn't stop there? We actually have step 4 and step 5. And when does step 4 and step 5 applicable? It's applicable if we have what we call winning contents. Okay. We have what we call winning contents. So winning contents happen if we have videos, that get millions of views. Okay. Ibig sabihin, something worked doon. Okay. So what we do, step 4 is we re-edit that, probably change the font of the subtitle, or add a new hook, or just change something, and then we redistribute it again. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kung nag-work na yan, we wanna repost it again, but like just edit something so it's different, so that it doesn't look spammy, because probably it's gonna win again. So once we have winning contents, we re-edit that, we redistribute again. If it wins again, we re-edit that, we redistribute again. That's how it works. It's gonna work. Clear? Next is, now we've discussed the content process. We want to discuss now the content checklist. Okay. So for the content checklist, this is the exact checklist. In fact, yung company that I got this from is they guarantee 1 billion views in 6 months. Just imagine, 1 billion views in 6 months. So every client of them made 1 billion views in 6 months following this checklist. So viral hook, viral cutting, viral subtitling. Hindi ko na isa-isahin, no? But just follow that checklist, no? Kumbaga, just follow the framework that I gave to you kanina. Okay? Now let's proceed, okay? The next is numbers game. So again, I've discussed na whether we like it or not, we enter some sort of a lottery. So assuming quality is good, we just bombard it with quality. The mistake kasi of most people is they publish 5 contents and those 5 contents only get 1,000 views and they stop publishing. Yes or no? How many of you can relate to that, no? You published 5 videos and then, konti ng views ko, parang nawala ka na ng gana. Or possible, you published 20 contents and now nothing has worked and then you stop publishing. Or you published a few contents, it worked. However, after doing it again, it didn't work and then you stop publishing. What they don't understand is everything is just numbers. Kumbaga, it's just a game of probability. And all you have to do is just to bet more. Again, it's a lottery game where you have unlimited chances of betting. Okay? So let's do the math. No? Let's say there's gonna be ranks on. There's gonna be videos that will have 1,000 views. There's gonna be videos that will have 10,000 views. There's gonna be videos that will have 100,000 and 1 million and 10 million views. Okay? So probably around 85% of the video would only get 1,000 views. How many of you would agree? Type number 1 in the chat. Diba? 85% will get 1,000 views. Probably around 10% will get 10,000 views. Okay? Actually, 1,000 is, I would say, below average. 10,000, probably nasa average range na siya, no? 100,000, probably 5% is, I would say, performing, no? Eto 1 million is viral na yan, no? Probably 1%. 10 million, that is an outlier already. Okay? How many of you would agree that probably estimate lang natin, no? These percentage might be somewhat accurate, no? 85% of the videos will only get 1,000, 10% will only get 10,000, 5% will get 100,000, 1% will get 1 million, and 0.1% will get 10 million. If you agree with that, type number 2 in the chat. Okay? So ngayon, let's do the math, no? But before we do the math, I want you to observe this. The reason bakit kayo na-discourage kasi you look at the 1,000 views that only 85% of the videos, no, got only 1,000 views because your focus is ang daming hindi nag-work. Probably what we're doing is not effective. Tama? What you did not look into is the videos that worked. Okay? Let's do the math, no? So if you can see, this 1,000 views generated 408,000 views. I think this is a month. I forgot the computation. No? But yung computation ko kasi dito is 4 posts a day times 4 platforms. Parang something like that, no? I think this is a month. Yeah, I remember. A month to. So the 1,000 views generated 408,000 views total. The 10,000 views generated 480,000 views. The 100,000 views generated 1.9 million views. The 1M views, kahit 1% lang yan, just 1%. It generated 4.8 million views. And then the 10 million, 0.1% only, no, generated 4.8 million views. That means total niyan is 10.4 million views in one account. One account only. Okay? So, if you look at it, no, the majority talaga of the total came from the 1 and 10 million. Tama? Pero kasi, nagkaroon lang yan ng 1 tsaka 10 million dahil maraming 1,000 views. Gets mo? Kumaga, marami kang sinugal, marami kang binet. The problem with this, you feel na, oh, it's not working, and then you feel that, this is just luck. But it's actually, well, there's like 50% luck, I would say, but it's just numbers game. So if you know that 0.1 produced 10 million, then you just have to produce more of the 1,000. So that 0.1 would produce 10 million. That will generate 4.8 million. Because if you could see, 4.8 plus 4.8, ilan ba yan? 9.4. That's like 80 to 90%. of the 10.4 million views. Diba? Are you following? So, how many of you are learning so far? Can you type number 3 in the chat if you're learning? Okay. So, nagigets nyo? I'm sharing you this because you don't wanna focus your attention in the 1,000 views. You wanna focus your attention in the 10 million, 1 million views. Kahit 1 million na yan, no? Kasi outlier naman tong 10 million. So, if you look at this, no? Grant Cardone motivation. This is already Grant Cardone. Karamihan ng mga reels niya, konti lang yung views. Pero may pumuputok, no? If you could look at the phone kasi sa desktop, hindi kasi nakapin. But if you could look at the pin, yun yung mga 5 million, you know. So 1,000, 2,000, so if you could see, I just average. But if you do this in may 53,000, no? 3, 4, 4, 716 only. Ganun siya, volume, no? So, are you learning? Okay. And lastly, pro tips, no, is don't assume, test, and verify. So, don't assume na, okay, no, the audience doesn't want this, you know. Okay, what is your basis? How we do this is not through assumption, but we do this through data. So, unless you have data, everything is just assumption. So if you're gonna say, hindi kasi yan mag-work, okay, paano mo nasabi? Baka preference mo lang yun. Gets? So it's always test, 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 get data, test, 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 get data, test, 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 get data. Okay? Next is, the more volume you produce, the faster you'll see what works and what doesn't. So just like in business, you don't know kasi what business works, what business doesn't. So minsan, yung naging philosophy ko in terms of business and strategy is, we don't know what strategy works, so we're gonna test a lot of strategies as fast as possible. But in this case, we don't know what contents work, so we test a lot of contents as fast as possible. Okay. Ideal frequency posting, this is not based on science or any data, but this is just based on feedback lang ng mga creators, no? 2 to 4 times a day per platform. Yun yung parang sweet spot. Actually, yung iba, umaabot ng 2 to 6 times. 4 to 6 times nga yung iba, no? But probably that's the sweet spot, 2 to 4 times a day. Okay. Next is, again, sinabi ko, contents may go through a lottery system, and the best way to take control of the results is just to produce more quality bets. Okay. And that sums it up of our content creation masterclass.